Welcome everyone. I hope and pray you all are well. Culture Unite presents the Bhangra Aid 2020 online concert on the 25th of July from 4 p.m. until 10 p.m. British Standard Time. I'm Chandni Kahn. I will be your host on the day and before the upcoming event with live interviews with some of the artists who are going to perform from their home or studio. In these difficult times, Bhangra Aid 2020 aims to unite artists and public worldwide. During this journey, we will also be extending our appreciation to all key workers around the world, but at the same time to send a message of hope to the public. Music and entertainment is the language of love and peace, and that's what we need right now. But before we start with the interview, I would like to remind you to visit our website at www.bhangraaid.com to get your free broadcast link for the event. My today's guest is joining us from New York, America, who is a doctor, a certified practicing physician, but at the same time, a multi-award-winning, very successful female singer. She has collaboration with stars like Biba Singh, Test Generation, R.D. Munj, Malkeet Singh, and many, many more. She sings in Punjabi, Hindi, and also pop music. And it doesn't stop here. At present, she also has her own TV show on Just Punjabi TV. A heartwarming welcome to the highly talented Dr. Biba Singh.
Hi, everybody. And Chandni, thank you so much for having me on today.
Hi, Biba. It's a pleasure. Dadavi bahut shukriya, and it's amazing to have you with us and supporting Bhangra Aid. I mean, in the past, तुसी बहुत support करते रहे हो और I hope आगे भी करते ही रहोगे.
पक्का बहुत अच्छा cause है और मैं पहला भी आई हूँ UK perform करन live और ਹੁਣ obviously साडी दुनिया दी circumstances करके we are doing this and this is amazing.
Yeah, especially. Tell us about this period, because about the lockdown period, and of course, being a doctor as well. How has that affected yourself?
So, in fact, सारे का काम slow down हुआ because obviously people were not allowed to go out and work, and a lot of people had to work from home. But in contrast, मेरा काम बहुत ज़्यादा busy हुआ. तो सारा काम ज़्यादा busy हुआ because लोग बहुत ज़्यादा डर रहे थे, doctor को like anxiety, panic, stress. So we had to go into the hospital to help and to assist, and so our work did get busier. But it's been eye-opening.
It is, yeah. But how do you manage all this? I mean, being a physician, being a doctor, being a mother, and a wonderful mother, and a great wife, and also, of course, a daughter, a granddaughter, and then being such a wonderful, great, and high-acclaimed singer. And on the top now, the TV show. We will come to that as well. But tell me, how do you manage all this?
I think both people ask me and this question, right? And to me, it just seems like I'm doing what I'm meant to do. I think what really helps is what you guys see is just me doing this work, right? But you don't see that I have an army of support behind me. So I think that one person alone can't achieve everything. So you have a lot of support systems. So I have I'm so blessed with a beautiful family, a great partner, my parents, my friends. So I think all of that helps me be who I am. So I'm not doing it alone, and many of those people who are behind in the background are actually the main support getting me there.
Well, that's a blessing. It's wonderful blessing to have that, and it's great to know. So tell us, how did that singing career started?
So it started when I was very young. I was maybe 5 or 6, and I started to sing as many kids do. I sang in the Gurdwara, and I learned to do Shabad and Kirtan, and I was very into it. I would come home and I would practice and I would sing, and my mom and dad realized that, you know, she liked music. So
Mm-hmm.
they were very motivating, you know. They would put me in lessons and vocal lessons and this and that. But what happened is, as a lot of Southeast Asian parents, of course, they were like studies first, padhai pehle, you know. So of course, I'm the first child out of three. So I have a younger sister and a younger brother. And of course, my parents wanted me to study, 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 and be a doctor like my dad. So I think I was like 7 years old when I was in my brain that this girl is going to be a doctor. So I kind of had no choice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, I had a choice, but I just knew that this is what I wanted to do and had to do. So I did it, and then finally, when I was, you know, finishing, um, I kept telling my parents I was 18 when I got an opportunity to tour. And at that time, Daler Mendy was very popular, and he was very close. He is very close to us as a family, and Mika as well. And they said, you know, send her with one of us to tour, and we'll sign a 3-year contract. She can be the female vocalist. And at that time, I also had gotten admission into medical school, and my parents,
Okay.
no way. She has to finish her education. एक बारी पढ़ाई कर ले, फिर जो मर्जी करे.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I finished my education. I became a doctor, and then I was done. And I'm like, okay, I've done it. I've done it. You want me to, but I still
And then
want
got
to.
married.
Exactly. So I was like, I still want to sing. And, you know, finally my parents were like, okay, you know, you really have always wanted this. We'll help you. You can do your first album. And I started to work on my first album in 2008. It released in 9. And it was just such a beautiful journey. And I didn't know that it would just start from
Start from.
where it would start and where it would continue. And the funny thing is that people think that, you know, age is a barrier or marriage is a barrier. You know, like you think if you get married, you know, you know, like you might basically get, you might not be able to continue your musical career. But which was amazing is that everything was kind of the reverse. Like I was worried that I would not be able to continue. And once I got married, I was actually really, really lucky to get a supportive partner who has only pushed me to be even more successful. And then I even performed one year in the UK where, you know, with you guys,
Yeah.
I was pregnant with my first child.
Yes,
And
that was 2015, the first time. Yes.
so, you know, my musical career and journey has just gone up and up and up. Thank God, you know. And it's funny, like we don't ever imagine. You know, I had just started with one album, saying, "Hey, it's my dream. I've always wanted to sing. I've always wanted an album."
Yeah.
And but now I'm blessed with like collaborations and you know doing so much more, and
Yeah.
I'm happy. So
Yeah.
that's
We'll
my
talk
journey.
about the collaborations as well. How did you about your you know first song? Can you give us few lines?
Sure. So my God, I have so many in my first album. So I have to think. So my first album was in 2009. It was it was not with anybody. It was just a single album, and that was done by a music director in Mumbai, and it was called just Biba. The album was just called Biba,
Okay.
and it was released, like I said, in 2009. And then after that, I just did a bunch of singles, you know, and and then once I started doing that, and I will give you a few lines I didn't forget, I started to do collaborations. So I'll sing you one of my early songs that is one of my personal favorites, and I actually recorded it in Kailash Kher's studio with his musician. So it's something I really like. So दिल ले जा साडा वे दिल ते जा सानू तू हुन प्यार हो गया वे मेरे दिल दी महरम नू दिल ले जा साडा वे ओ दिल दे जा सानू तू O dil le ja sadave, o dil de ja sanu tu. Whatever
Wonderful.
lines from my
Beautiful. It's a dil sada bhi le leni biba. Every time is just beautiful. Wonderful.
thank you.
So your journey, we found out how it started, but again, it hasn't stopped. It's rising and rising in a way, well, actually rising in every angle, from every angle, actually, if you look at it, whether it's, professional way, whether it's, of course, the singing, and then you've got the TV show as well on this.
Yes.
And that TV show is also, I think, recently started, and
Yes.
is the rhythm of healing. Is that right?
Yes. So I was approached by Just Punjabi TV about two and a half months ago, and they basically said that they had been. I had been interviewed on Just Punjabi, like बहुत बारी interview करते सी ऐसी लोग, because for my music or even some medical talk shows they would ask me. And then उन्होंने मैंने पूछा कि ਅਸੀਂ काफी inspired on ਤੁਹਾਡੀ journey though, because you're different. You're a doctor and you're also singing, and so we feel you can bring together like a wider variety of information. Would you consider doing a show? And I said, like, that's a lot. How do I've never done a talk show, and they're like, they explained to me that it would be my own creativity. I would have a lot of like, ability to kind of do things that, and I spoke to them, and then we decided to come up with a name called Rhythm of Healing.
Mm-hmm.
So the Rhythm of Healing is obviously music and healing, and it doesn't just mean it's only music or only healing. It could be about anything. And what I really love about it is because ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ public eye ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਤੁਸੀਂ music ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ doctor ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਾਫੀ ਇੱਕ figure ਬਣ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਬਣਨਾ ਚਾਹ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, people watch you, people see you. And so I felt that if I can do something that would help our community, our Punjabis, Desi, wherever they're from, in our whole world, and the show plays everywhere. So I felt like it was something that I could make a difference. So what I've done is that in my show we bring in guests from all over the world, all over different topics, different kinds of things. So for example, I had a few different doctors on it talking about some very sensitive issues. Like, for example, we had a urologist for men's health issues. So we know a lot of guys don't take care of themselves very well, and a lot of things are embarrassing to talk about. So we spoke to the Punjabi community about some of those things. I also had one on domestic violence, because a lot of men and women don't talk about what's happening. And in the lockdown, and especially with COVID, बहुत लोग कार च एक दूसरे दे नाल फसे होए सी, and जो abuse है, domestic violence है, वो ज़्यादा बढ़ गया सी, बढ़ रहा है, बढ़ गया. And so we wanted to give information and good knowledge to our viewers. So then I would also bring up show topics like music. I had a chef on the show recently, and she taught us cooking. So it was really fun because we bring together healing, music, and kind of everybody on the show. So it's really nice.
Kind of everything, isn't it? And everything is actually in your blood, isn't it? Being a doctor is in the family. Singing is also actually family as well. So everything is a full package, isn't it?
It's crazy. Sometimes I think like maybe I need more hours in the day. I wish like I wish there was more time in the day. There's so much I want to do. And it's like I don't even know how time just flies.
Yeah. I think if we had not 24 hours, we would have, even more, 48 hours. Still, for people that actually always want to do something and they're very busy, they will find actually always a way, I need more time. I need more time to do it, which is a good thing.
It is a good thing, but एक problem भी आती है मैनू कि मैनू relax करना नहीं आंदा. मैनू कोई कहेगा कि बाहर जाके कॉफी आराम नाल 1 घंटा कॉफी पियो, paid the kol baitho, koi relax karo, and it's really hard for me because I'm like, relax, I can't. I'm already going like 20
और
miles a minute.
कुछ तो होएगा ना, कुछ तो होएगा. You need to do something. How do you do that? The relaxation कितना लांदे हो?
I love swimming, and summer in the US is really hot and nice, and we are blessed to have a swimming pool. So I love swimming. So I go swimming almost every day. Um,
Oh,
yeah, and I like walking, so I'll often go on walks. I like singing, of course. So
yeah.
whenever I have time, I just sing. And then, of course, with kids, I also try to incorporate them into all these activities. So that's relaxing for me.
That's great. So, who was your inspiration when it came to singing, or is?
It's interesting because that's a question also I'm asked a lot. And I don't think I have one single inspiration. I think there's so many people that have been an inspiration to me. So I love the music of like Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, or I also, because I've known Mika from childhood, I've seen
Yeah.
his journey and how he is now one of the top, singers in the world. And I'm amazed by how he did it. I'm amazed to see like so many different people that have made it and done it, and I think I get inspired by different people at different times. There's not just one person that I can say that's it. But I definitely would say that my parents were my biggest supporters. you know they've just always been there for me to help me grow, help me, motivate me. um Even with singing, anything I wanted to do, they would always push me for it.
Beautiful. Bless
and
them.
now
Yeah.
and now my husband too is the same way. So,
Very good. Very good. What's your favorite song?
oh my God, that's a hard question too, because I have so many
ਹੁਣ
favorites.
ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀ ਦੱਸੋਗੇ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਗਾਣਾ ਪਏਗਾ.
No problem. So my favorite, I really like, um hmm, I like this Bollywood one that I just like it because it's so romantic and cute and Hindi.
Go
And
on
whenever
then.
I think of the scene, I'm like, oh, that's how a love story should be. I'll just sing you a
Yeah.
couple of lines.
It's a Hindi song?
Yeah, but I can sing
Okay,
Punjabi.
We had Punjabi, so we go for Hindi now.
I can do Hindi or Punjabi, whatever you like. Whichever
Go
one.
on. I will have everything, whatever I get tonight from you.
So, न जाने मेरे दिल को क्या हो गया, अभी तो यही था, अभी हो गया, न जाने मेरे दिल को क्या हो गया, अभी तो यही था, अभी खो गया, हो गया है तुझको तो प्यार सजना, लाख कर ले तू इनकार सजना, हो गया है तुझको तो प्यार सजना, लाख कर ले तू इनकार सजना, है ये प्यार सजना. There you go.
Wonderful. Amazing.
Brings back
Amazing.
memories, right? Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Let's talk about your work which you have done with the legends, all your collaborations and all that.
So again, I just feel so blessed and so lucky to have an opportunity to work with such amazing, talented singers. So my first, so I've worked with a few different collaborating artists, and of course, all the people who are watching or who are viewing can definitely check it out on YouTube, and see my music on Biba Singh, and follow me on Instagram, Biba Singh, or on YouTube or Facebook on my page. So, um, but I've done collaborations with the likes of Taz Stereo Nation, who's from the UK, of course, and I've also done. I've worked a lot with DJ Shadow from Dubai. Done a lot of music with him.
Mm-hmm.
Then last year I released a song with Mika Singh, which of course is my very close friend, and I consider her my family as well. And that was a very, very big honor to me, because for him to consider, doing a collaboration with me was like, amazing, because he's so talented. So we did a
Yes,
song
yeah.
with, yeah, and it was done, the music and production was done by Desi Crew. And we, we released the song. It did very, very well. And then, that was one song that sticks out. So please, look up the song and you'll like it. And then we also have, I've done some collaborations with music producers, like, of course, with Bunty Bands and Desi Crew. Most recently, I've worked with Malkeet Singh, and we are actually done with the song. We're done with the music video. We've done a collaboration with Malkeet Singh, um, Sikandar Kalon, who's a rapper, and with Mans from RDB. Um, and so we've done a really, really amazing Bhangra number. And that
Oh,
song is
okay.
actually, yeah, and I guess the trend of remakes is very popular right now. So it's not a
Yes.
full remake, because no one can ever compare to what the classics were. But it has the feel of one of the classics. And it's Malkeet Singh's, old school classics kind of feel to it. So we're really excited about that. The song is done, the videos are done, and maybe during our Saturday's concert, I might just give you a sneak peek. So we'll see.
Ooh, that
That,
sounds very exciting
yeah.
then.
So that was one thing that I've done. It's lined up already to be released. Another one was with Jasbir Jassi, who's done Dil Legi Kudi Gujarati and other Kudi Kudi, if you've heard. Most recently, Boka, that's a pretty nice song. So we did a collaboration as well. And then I've also worked a lot with Aditya Dev, who is an amazing, amazing music producer.
Music
He does
producer, yeah.
all of Bacha songs. So recently he did Ganda Fool, he did Ladki Pagal Hai. So I've been working with him, and we're coming up with some really exciting stuff also. So there you go. I have a bunch of stuff lining up, and I'm not rushing to release any of it. I want to
So
give it with a bang.
you're giving me your future plans already. That's great. That's amazing. Any movie plan?
So yes, we were in talks with a producer who's done Tanu Weds Manu, and he is a very, very amazing movie director. And he did like a lot of our music, and we actually have been working on a song for film. However, we were starting the work in March, and guess what happened in March? The pandemic. So now his
Yeah.
film has been stopped, and so we're not really sure when it will resume. But I surely will have songs in films for you guys soon.
That's so amazing, Biba. So amazing. I said that. I said the day is not long enough for you. I think the week is even not long enough. This week is too short. Having 48 hours a day and maybe having done 14 days, not 7 days a week, isn't it?
I think you're right. So
So,
it's
what about, well, we talked about the me time and where's the family time going?
so the family time is I will say one thing, and again, I mentioned this before about supports, right? So
Yeah.
a lot of things that people do, you can actually incorporate your family and your children. So sometimes, like, we've made a little Babaji's prayer room where we have a harmonium, tabla, dolki, we've made a little. So a lot of times people think that family time has to be separate than me time. But कभी कभी तुसी अगर अपनी family ਨਾਲ चीज़ां करते हो, you can really enjoy things. So like I sometimes sing and the kids will join me and they'll start banging on the drums or the tabla or the vaja, and they're seeing me what I'm doing, right? And then I think that's really important. The other thing is that what I mentioned earlier is, like I said, there's a whole army, is my mother and father live 10 minutes away. My in-laws very close by. And so I have, my kids are so lucky to get dada dadi and nana nani a
Yeah.
lot. And I
Very
think
nice.
if I've done anything in my life that I'm happy about, is staying close to them. because a lot of people told me, like my own husband is from LA. He's from Hollywood, Beverly Hills, like, with the media, with the, and he's very connected to the industry. And so he was always telling me, New York is great, but let's move to LA. You're going to have so many more opportunities there. And my main thing was, ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਜਾਈਏ, but ਅਗਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ loved ones ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ, ਤੇ ਫਿਰ कोई मतलब कुछ भी matter नहीं करता. So
absolutely.
Like, at least I have them nearby, and the world is so small. You can travel everywhere. You can take a flight. You can go online, and I've done so many recordings through just my own local studios, and having the producer send me the beats, and doing a FaceTime or a Zoom session or whatever online to record something. So I think dunya bahut choti ho gayi. And as he's started both connected. So I think that makes family and family time important to me.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, but you answered that question. How do you actually pay all your army back, the whole army which you have? But with the love which you have, this is the way is a payback as well. So it's a give and take. And I think love is so important कि प्यार ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਚ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਿਜ਼ੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਪਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਹੀ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੋਚੋ ਕਿ ਘੱਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਹੀ ਵੱਧ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ and that's all ਚ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ.
Exactly. And I think the old school values of I take care
togetherness
and also giving back and taking care of everyone. So like I'm the first one that will be there if there's a problem. I'll never be, being humble, humility. My dad and mom always, and especially my dad, taught me and still teaches me, keep your head low. Don't be overly proud or overly egotistical, because there's so many times where people say things that make me feel like, really, wow, I'm done this, I've done that, yay, so that's like, don't ever take it to your head, because God gives you success, God gives you money and fame, and can take it away as well. So always be humble, down to earth, loving. And the more I do that, the more I get in return. So much love, so much, And so, as you said, my army, how I pay them back, I think it is just being there for them.
ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਸਿਰ ਚ ਉਠਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖੋ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਚੁੱਕ ਕੇ ਚੱਲਣਾ ਸਿੱਖੋ.
Right.
ਕਿ ਬੰਦਾ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. Yes, it's very important. And yes, I mean, and 2015 your dad was there as well.
Yes, we all came to the UK.
Yes, I know, and very humble. I remember that, straight away, he said, it's wonderful to see our, elderlies as well, and that they're around and giving that love, and the only thing is we can exchange, or it's not difficult, I think, to exchange love. It's not that difficult.
No. I think a lot of people have trouble because of egos, or because of, anger, because of there's so many things in life that cause people to get frustrated. But the main key in life is to be happy yourself. ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇ ਸਕਦਾ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਚ
ਲੱਭਣੀ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਹੈ. Absolutely.
ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਲੱਭੋਗੇ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ
ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੋਵੋਗੇ. Yes, absolutely. That's true.
You stay happy, you give good vibes and good energy, you attract it back.
Before I will ask you to, I want to listen to some English pop music as well. But ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਿੱਕਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਨਾਲ ਥੋੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਨਾ, ਉਹਦੇ ਥੋੜੇ ਬੋਲ ਹੋ ਜਾਣ.
Sure. Let me think. I think, let me, give me 1 second. Let me just think.
Chalo, whatever is, or something else, what comes in your mind.
I'll sing you the hook line, because it's a long hook line. So it goes, nachanat main vi chaniya par chanjra tutne to dardiya. Nachanat main vi chaniya par chanjra tutne to dardiya. So it's like, it's a very hardcore Bhangra song. You kind of need the music to get into it.
You do Boli as well, na?
So I could sing you a few lines.
Anji, please.
चिट्टा कुक्कड़ बने रे ते, चिट्टा कुक्कड़ बने रे ते, काशनी दुपट्टे वालिए मुंडा सदके तेरे ते काशनी दुपट्टे वालिए मुंडा सदके तेरे ते सारी खेड लकीरां दी सारी खेड लकीरां दी गड्डी आई स्टेशन ते अख पिछे गई वीरां दी. And I can go on and on. Bolia don't stop.
Bolia is amazing as well. You know, वो stop ही ना होन कोई नवी बंदा कर लेंदा है. Beautiful. चलो फिर हुन नाल English कोई pop music.
So I don't sing English much. I sing mostly Hindi or Punjabi. So
अच्छा.
pop in with English with Hindi beats and stuff. Yeah.
हाँ. Go on then.
So let me think. Wow, you put me on the spot.
I know. This is gonna be.
What's a good Hindi pop song that you like? Do you have one that you like? नचांगे सारी रात सोनियो वे नचांगे सारी रात सोनियो वे कर ले थोड़ा सा प्यार सोनियो वे नचांगे सारी रात नचांगे सारी रात सोनियो वे नचांगे सारी रात सोनियो वे कर ले थोड़ा सा प्यार सोनियो वे नचांगे सारी रात. So that's Taz, by the way. Taz is
Taz, yes, Taz, amazing, another legend, wonderful. गल्ली मुकाती है नचांगे सारी रात and हर वक्त प्यार ही रहना चाहिए. And thank you very much, Biba. But before you leave, I would like to, if you could send a message of hope, please, for the audience.
So I would like to say that, you know, through bad times, through good times, always remember your higher power, whatever it may be. It may be Allah, it may be Vaheguru, it may be Ram, Sita, Lakshman, you know, God above, Jesus, whatever you believe in, remember that there is something above us, you know. Always spread love, because even if you don't believe in a certain religion, it's the love that spreads. There are always ups and downs in life. We do get through it. Just have faith and, you know, pray, be positive, and always try to look at the, you know, the other side. That you can always look at the glass empty. Always. I mean, there's so many people, jo marzi hoye, they will look at it as empty. If you start seeing the glass half full, you'll start changing your whole energy and mindset to a positive approach. And you will see that you'll keep attracting that positivity in your life. So that's my message for hope. Sending you all lots of love. Again, please follow me on all the social media outlets, Biba Singh, everywhere. And, you know, it's all of you. It's all of my audience. It's all of the viewers, as well as the army of my family and friends. But of course, the only reason that I'm able to grow and get further in life is because I have so much love and support. So without you guys, I'm nothing.
Thank you very much, Biba. And I'm looking forward to see you on the 25th and excited to hear more stories, more things which we will actually discuss in details, and maybe also to see new things as well.
Absolutely. I'll see you on July 25th. Be ready. At Bhangra Aid 2020. And thank you to a special thanks to Bobby Bola and of course to you, Chandni. Both of you have put so much effort into this amazing event. And you said, you know, I've been always supportive of it, and I always will be. So there we go.
That means a lot. But, you know, the main person is behind there. And as you already said, it is Mr. Bola, Bobby Bola. So no doubts on that one. So it's great. Thank you for having you coming up, and see you very soon. God bless, Biba. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
That was our Dr. Biba Singh. So much full of spirit, positivity, as she already said. Supporting and the support of each other, being there for each other is so important. Thank you very much for joining me. And remember, important never to lose hope, no matter what happens in life. Whether it's a good time or bad time, nothing stays forever. But together we will, and we have to get over it. So I will be back very soon with another interesting interview, interesting artist. Until then, look after yourself, stay alert, stay safe. Lots of love.